Age affects our identity. We begin to adapt to different things as we grow, and that changes our views on things such as music, interests, and outlook. The older we grow, the more experiences we inhibit. Everyone changes their identity at least once a day. For example, you're a different person at work than you are around your close ones. Here's a professional teacher at work, a teacher with proper attire. She has to be presentable for her students, making sure she has a lesson plan all ready. She also has to watch what she's saying and making sure that her language isn't prerogative because kids do listen to everything. So she's very professional, reserved, and attentive to what her task at her job is versus outside of work. When you're alone or with your friends, you're able to be yourself. You're not having to worry about getting something done at work or having your boss be there. You're able to be freely funny, messy, loud. You show a different side that you wouldn't show at work or to your coworkers because you're in your comfort zone. This identity isn't having to work, it just comes naturally to you with the people that you're most comfortable with. How does social media and identity mix? Social media can trigger our identity to be something that we're not. In social media, you only alert people of the good times in your life. You don't show the negative aspects because it's personal. As every individual, we make sure to get the perfect picture online. We tend to always look at our phones in order to see if we get any good feedback. At times, we feel so eager to look a certain way that we may even use filters or even apps that can hide our flaws. We tend to compare ourselves to others and forget that we are all doing the same thing, showing a certain identity on social media. I chose this painting because it shows a girl that is actually sad, but she's posting on social media that she's happy. And that is a great example of how sometimes a person can be depressed and is just posting a picture online so she can feel good about herself and get good comments. So it's kind of like an outlet to feel confident, which is something that we shouldn't do to feel anything. Social media should just be a fun thing to have and to communicate with friends. Social media has been linked to depression. On a study done, people who spend more than 2 hours a day on social networking are most likely to experience psychological distress because we are comparing our lives to others who showcase their life as being filled of thrill and excitement. Another study showed that if you use the filter black and gray for most of your images that are posted, you may be depressed. While another says if you take a lot of selfies and do not post them online, that can also result to social anxiety, whereas you are afraid to have people view you. I personally do not agree with the posting pictures online. I believe that one shouldn't need to post pictures and wait for others to like it. If I like it, then that's more than enough. Social media should not be a reassurance of your own perspective. I do, however, kind of agree with the if your images are black and gray, that may be a result to like depression because those are kind of signs of sadness and darkness. And like I said, sometimes people tend to look at social media as a place where they can pour out their feelings. So you never know if somebody's actually like trying to seek help. And one of the ways that they seek help may be by posting pictures of sadness or the color effects. I do want to say that there are some perks of social media that aren't as bad. For example, if you love to do something and you post it on the internet and you get recognition by somebody well known or famous that can help you arise in your talent or your career or love of what you're doing, then that's pretty awesome. It is known that 50% of the users on social media, Instagram alone, have produced a business out of the network. So I believe that that's a good way of using the internet. However, there are bad perks, obviously, of the internet that I have been discussing throughout this presentation. And I do want to bring up cyberbullying because it is more than 1 in 3 young teens have been reported to being a victim of cyberbullying, and that is the biggest and most important negative downfall of the internet, that you have people out there that are haters or just mean, and I think that they disguise their identity because most of the time we are unaware of who they are, and it could be somebody that we walk across the hallway and that is the person that goes on social media and just bashes people for no reason. So that's like that's a disguise that they hide and a different persona to say that they wear on the internet. Growing up, I had this idea that I always had to post pictures, but the older I got, the more I realized, what's the point of likes and comments? Who am I trying to impress if half the people on my friends list I don't even see on a daily basis or even once a month? The less you know, the more you'll wonder, and that's actually okay with me because my close ones should be the ones who are the ones to know more about me. Nonetheless, social media affects our identity, not just for the average person, but for all. It's a way we have come to function, and it's not to say that one should expose their whole life to everyone to be real, but one shouldn't be inflicted or comparing their lives to someone else's because maybe it's not like that in reality. Here's a video analyzing how most of our generations are with posting things in order to show a certain identity.